Violence is definitely a big problem with young people today.
De ma génération, il y a plus de violence aujourd'hui que dans l'ancien temps.
Violence is a huge problem. We act out how we're feeling in a way that's not positive.
We're all growing in different directions, and when that happens, there are disagreements, and we haven't really learned to settle our differences. So we resort to violence.
People don't like to talk about it, but there's a lot of things you could call violence.
Verbal or physical, it's just anything that causes somebody pain.
Quelque chose qu'on peut aussi se faire à nous-mêmes qui nous fait pas du bien, c'est la violence.
Violence is pretty much everything because it's what you see every day, it's what you hear, it's what you feel.
On en retrouve à l'école, sur la rue, dans le métro, il y en a vraiment un peu partout.
Some of it's at home, which is some of the times brought to school.
Just watching TV.
When I witness violence, it makes me feel like I have no control over the situation. I get angry and sometimes I might want to act out violently.
Ça m'affecte parce que ça me fait peur.
I try to be trusting, but it's kind of hard when so many people are violent.
It's depressing because it doesn't make anything better.
Je trouve que quand il y a de la violence, on vit pas en harmonie, donc on vit pas bien vraiment.
It is a silent killer, you know, and it kills you inside.
It can affect you in all different ways.
A man in his 20s entered Dawson College's third floor cafeteria.
I think it's one of the main reasons why I joined Love, because the place where I was in my life was really surrounded by violence. It was really controlled by violence.
Je me bataillais, genre j'allais voir le monde, je fais yo, t'as un problème, man, je vais te battre.
I'd come home with cuts on my face, I'd come home with a black eye.
Some would call it swarming, I just called it ganging up. It was pretty much hell.
Substance abuse, that's what really affected me, and I did it to affect myself.
I had so much weaponry on me that I was wearing a trench coat just to hide all of them.
And then there was a friend of mine who I recently met, and he had told me about Love.
I was going to psychologist, and she told my mom about the program.
Ben, j'en ai entendu parler par mes amis.
Eventually I started coming home too often smelling like pot, smelling like beer. And I think my sister smelled that on me because she was already in the program and she told me about Love.
Bring him out, bring him out.
Is anyone else? Everyone's got a camera?
They gave me a pen, they gave me a piece of paper, and they said, write about your life. And they gave me a camera and they said, take pictures of it.
One of the hardest things for adolescents is expressing themselves, expressing their emotions, and letting people know how they actually feel. Communication is something that we're not taught in school.
Que ça soit verbal, que ça soit physique, c'est toujours la communication, ça aide énormément.
They taught me, they showed me how to write, and I started just kind of expressing myself, and I started taking a lot of photographs.
On a appris genre à écrire nos sentiments, à prendre des photos.
Before I knew it, they were putting me in the newspaper. I was in art exhibits. I was going to Love Camp.
It gave me a real sense of accomplishment and allowed me to do for others what Love had done for me, and to just speak out to other youth who were having the same problems as I was having.
Just seeing other people that even have gone through what I've gone through.
They've been there before and they know like how to help you with things.
People need to know the consequences of drugs. People need to know the consequences of gang violence. People need to know the consequences of all these things that I've been involved in.
Il faut en parler aux gens qui sont plus jeunes, puis les sensibiliser à la violence pour leur montrer que c'est pas bien, qu'il faut pas le faire, leur montrer qu'est-ce que ça l'amène, puis leur montrer qu'est-ce qu'eux peuvent faire pour pouvoir prévenir ça.
Ils connaissent juste la valeur de tuer le monde, mais dans le monde, il y a d'autres valeurs.
People need to know what the alternatives are.
It's preventable. And it's basically preventable through education, through programs like Love that show kids that there's another option, that no matter what your situation is, how bad your situation is, there is an option, there is something else you can do to express yourself.
J'ai appris à moi-même savoir qu'est-ce que j'ai vécu, à comprendre ce que j'ai vécu, puis aussi à voir comment je peux changer les choses.
And you can express how you're feeling without having to hurt someone. And that was just amazing for me.
À ce temps, je suis rendu que la violence, ça n'a plus d'importance pour moi. C'est rendu genre peace and love, tout le monde, peace.
It's hard, it really is, but I would not be the same person today.
I can confidently say, and I've said this to people before, I've said this to students in outreaches, that love definitely saved my life.
Leave Out Violence, vivre sans violence à Montréal, c'est très important. Il y a eu malheureusement des incidents tragiques à Montréal-Nord, mais qu'est-ce que les jeunes nous ont dit? On veut s'exprimer, on veut être écouté. Alors vous représentez les jeunes, continuez à véhiculer un message d'amour et un message de paix. Je suis convaincu qu'on va vivre dans une société d'avenir pour tous les citoyens et citoyennes de Montréal.